So I'd like to say welcome to the Finance and Administration Committee meeting today on October 26th. Brittany, our chair, is not able to be the main person for this meeting today. So Kathy Narum will take her place to oversee the meeting. Kathy, you can go ahead.
Great, thank you. And welcome to the Finance and Administration Committee meeting. Let's see, I believe it's October 26th, 2021. And this meeting will proceed via teleconference in accordance with Government Code Section 5453E2 in order to protect the health and safety of staff, officials, and the public. Council members are not physically in attendance, but we're all available via video conference. And so with that, could you take the roll, please?
Yes, Director Hernandez.
Present.
Chair Kick. She is driving
Here.
now, but she's here. Okay. Vice Chair Narum.
Here, thank you. So at this time, I'm going to open the meeting up to the public. If there's any members present that would like to address us on any manner within the general subject matter jurisdiction of the LAVTA Board of Directors, now would be the time. And are there any speakers or emails?
We didn't receive any emails from the public, and I don't see anybody with their hand raised as an attendee.
Okay. All right. So with that, then I'm going to close the meeting open to the public, and we'll move on to the minutes of the September 28th, 2021 meeting of the Finance and Administration Committee. Any comments or a motion to approve?
I will move to approve the meeting and
turn it over to.
can you guys hear me? Because it keeps going in and out. Okay, I will move the prior meeting for our financial committee.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. And any other questions, comments? Any hands raised from the public?
I do not see anybody with their hand raised.
Okay, so with that, I guess we need a roll call. Vote, please.
Director Hernandez.
Yes.
Chair Kick.
Yes.
Vice Chair Narum.
Yes.
Passes unanimously.
Great, thank you. So we'll move on to item number 5, which is the Treasurer's Report for September 2021. And Tamara, do you want to make any comments?
Yes, thank you. So presented before you is the September 2021 Treasurer's Report. Our expenses are under what the average should be. Our revenues are also below our expenses and below what the average should be. However, it's still the beginning of the year because we don't have a bunch of money on the books at MTC in their reserves. Our cash flow is coming in slowly, but we have plenty of cash in the bank, obviously, so we're not worried about it. Our expenses are at 20.64%, revenues at 15.9%. Again, healthy cash flow in the bank accounts. Any questions?
Melissa, Brittany, any questions?
I have no questions, Kathy.
Okay, thank you. Brittany?
Nope.
Great, I actually don't either. Any members of the public with questions or hands raised?
I don't see anybody with their hand raised, so no.
Okay, and so I guess I need a motion to forward this on to the full board.
I'll move that we forward this to the full board.
Thank you.
And I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Director Hernandez.
Yes.
Chair Kick.
Yes.
Vice Chair Narum.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Great. So now we'll move on to the main agenda item, I think, which is the fiscal year 2021 annual comprehensive financial report.
Tamara, would you like me to bring David Alvey over?
Yeah, you can do that while I'm talking. That'll work. Okay, so this is a culmination of a lot of work, a lot of details, a lot of just individual small things that all add up to a big, huge thing. I will let our auditor kind of go over things, but before I let him speak, This is a draft. It doesn't have the pretty cover and the section dividers. The page numbers aren't there. There may be some formatting changes, that kind of thing. Under note 6, there is one change that will be done before it goes to the board, and that is just the $12,124 that says it's Prop 1B. It's actually State of Good Repair Funds. It's just a notation. The dollar amount's fine. None of the dollars will be changing. So that's probably the most important part, just some formatting and that kind of thing. And then I would like to draw your attention to note 4. I think I mentioned earlier in the year that we do not have any reserves at MTC where they're supposed to be. And we have to have money in the reserves at MTC to use them for next year's budget. So we're going to be returning this year's due to LTF funds, which is over $10 million. And the reason it's over $10 million, it is huge. It's 2 things. It's one, we ended up spending a lot less than we expected last year because COVID did not last the 6 weeks we expected of the fiscal year. We budgeted for it to last just a few months of the beginning of the year, and our decrease in routes and everything lasted almost the full year. And then the other reason is because while we drew down the full amount we thought we were going to need, because we didn't have those CARES Act grants approved. Then we got over $6 million in CARES Act funds. So those supplemented the TDA. So we have over $6 million in TDA that kind of pushed to TDA instead of FTA. So just wanted to explain that real quick. And then I will turn it over to our audit partner, David Alvey from Mason Associates.
Great, thank you. Welcome, David.
Great, thank you for having me. My name is David Alvey. I'm the audit partner at Mason Associates, and we are LAVTA's independent external auditor. And our job every year is to come in and, like Tamara said, it's a lot of work to audit the financial statements and to render an opinion of whether or not, in my professional opinion, that those financial statements are free from material misstatement. And I'm pleased to say that on page 44 of your agenda packet is the audit opinion, and it is a unmodified or clean audit opinion. That's the highest level of assurance that a CPA firm can give an entity. So congratulations, you passed your audit. As was mentioned earlier, you did receive quite a bit extra in federal money, and if at any time an entity receives more than 700 or expends more than 750,000 in federal funds, it kicks over what's called a single audit. So we have a single audit in the report this year as well, where we have to do compliance testing to make sure that you're following all the agreements, the grant agreements, what the requirements are built in for those federal funds. The very last part of your document here, and it's actually starting on your page 126 of your agenda packet, is the memorandum on internal controls. And this is also known as the management letter. And this is my communication to this committee of things that we found during the audit. And those can be categorized in 3 ways. The first is material weakness. So something material can flow through the financial statements and not get caught. We have none of those. The second is significant deficiency, that something significant can flow through and not get caught. We have none of those. And the last is just a catch-all, anything that we want to bring to your attention. And all we have this year in that area is all the upcoming GASB, Government Accounting Standards Board pronouncements that are coming down the pipeline. So to keep you up to date that those are, coming down next. The next one is GASB 87, having to do with lease reporting, and that'll be in 2022, so June 30, 2022. The other half of this report of the memorandum on internal controls is the required communication, and that's just telling you that we had no difficulties doing the audit. We had no arguments with management over accounting principles, and there was no unusual transactions or anything that we needed to fix or to bring to your attention. And with that, I just want to help. I want to thank Tamara for all of her help, and let me know if you have any questions.
Great, thank you. Any questions, Brittany?
No, I'm glad to hear that it looks good.
Melissa?
I have no questions. Thank you.
Okay, and I had a question, but you answered it, so I'm good. Are there any members of the public that want to have their hand raised?
We have no attendees now, so no.
No. Okay,
I do want to add that this is the first time in a few years, well, pretty much since we had to start reporting the Rails money, that Rail is not a part of this ACFR because they are a separate entity. They will have their own financial statements, which since the three of you are on the Rail board, David will be coming to both LAVTA's board meeting and the Rail board meeting. And at the Rail board meeting, we'll be presenting the Rail financials. But we finally got them all separated out.
great. Okay, so we need a motion to recommend forwarding this on to the board.
Yes, please.
Okay,
I'll move that we forward this to the full board.
great.
And Hernandez will second.
Thank you. So can we have a roll call vote, please?
Sure. Director Hernandez,
Yes.
Chair Kick,
Yes.
Vice Chair Nurm,
Yes,
motion passes.
great. Thank you. And I just want to say congratulations, Tamara. I know it's an incredible amount of work to get this done, and to have a, clean opinion is just outstanding. It makes certainly our jobs a lot easier. So
I second that.
congratulations to you and to your staff, because I know there were a lot of people working on this.
Thank you very much. David, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, and we'll see you at the Valley Links board meeting. Okay, item number 7, any upcoming finance and administration agenda items that we need to talk about, or?
Nothing exciting. Now that the audit and that once the ACFR is approved by the board, it slows down for just a little bit in time for the budget to start. So, but with the holidays coming up, most of our funding agencies and that sort of thing are on vacation. And so we don't have a whole lot coming up, to be honest. We do tend to cancel the November meetings because they would fall on, hold on a second, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 23rd of November. And Thanksgiving's on the 25th. But then again, in December falls in after Christmas, but most of our staff is on vacation that week. Everybody kind of takes that week off. Not everybody, but the majority. So we may not have committee meetings in November and December unless, something comes up.
Tamara,
Yeah.
we had to this year possibly because of the, in order to continue the teleconference.
Oh, that right. But it doesn't have to go to the board meeting, or does it have to go to committee?
He mentioned, so legal counsel mentioned it would have to go to the November committee meeting because it has to be presented every 30 or 31 days. And I guess it would go past that if we went to the December board meeting.
Well, then it may be a super quick meeting in November.
Okay,
Unless again, something comes up. You just never know in the funding world.
okay, so you don't need any action from us at this point then?
In terms
You
of
don't need
the,
a-
oh no, not in terms of canceling meetings or not canceling meetings. We usually what we usually do if we want to cancel it, if literally like the week before nothing's happening or it's just a 5-minute meeting, Michael will call the committee chair and ask if it's okay to cancel, and then if they're okay, we'll send something out. And again, if we have to have a 5-minute meeting, we'll have a quick 5-minute meeting.
All right, good. Okay, and any matters initiated by either of you?
I have none.
None over here.
Okay, and I don't have any either. So next meeting, November 23rd, we just talked about it. Sounds like it might be 5 minutes. And other than that, I'm going to go ahead and adjourn the meeting then. And thank everybody and happy Halloween.
Thank you all.
Happy Halloween.
Thanks for taking over for me, Kathy. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
You're welcome, Brittany. Happy to do it. Glad you're safe. Not trying to drive and do this.
Nah, just sitting in a parking lot, hanging out with you guys. But now I get to go in the grocery store. Have a good one.